No, now, yes, now we are recording. Thank you. All right. So here I told you that this was like personal practice for you, that you had to decide. Give me a second here. Just give me one moment. Give me one moment. Okay, hold on. Let me check something here on my computer. I'm just revising something here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. Now, as you guys remember, we explained what a noun phrase was, what you need to have in a sentence to express order, request, permission, persuasion. And I told you here that you guys had to, for your personal study, you had to allocate, place, put these verbs into the corresponding places, right? So before we start with the whole class, you guys look for this if you have it, or if you know it from mine. We're going to take like which verbs, like we're gonna take one person. You can raise your hand and let me know. Which verbs did you put on odor here on odor? Which ones did you put? You can raise your hand and say the ones that you believe or the ones that you put. We have Francifel. Which ones do you have in there?
In order, I put half.
Okay. Yes. Do you have anything else? We have 4 spaces. You can say more if you want. Or if any other person has more, you can say it. Francifel says half on odor. What else do you guys have?
Sorry, teacher, repeat.
Okay, you said half, right?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any other for odor?
Mm, mm,
You don't have any other?
no.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. What about warn? What about warn? Where do you think warn goes? Is it request, permission, persuasion, or odor?
I was I was going to say that one.
Okay, what do you say, Caesar? Well, maybe we're having
You are
problems
talking
with
to
the.
me, teacher, right?
Yes, I'm talking to you. I guess we having a delay. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my internet connection is not so good today. In order, I put warm, warm, because it is like a warning teacher.
Yes,
You know what I mean.
yes, I know. Yeah, so warn also goes for odor. Warns goes on odor. Now, I don't know if if you remember. Let me go up. Look at this sentence. When I explained to you the first sentence here that said, Mr. Smith told the secretary to type a letter, we said that that was an odor, right? So we're using told, which is in past. And if you go to the chart, you have this. Look, tell. So tell is also used to give odors as well. So we have warn, tell, Francifel said, have, also. What do you say, Francifel?
Um, ask to.
Ask. Okay. When you ask a person, are you giving an order or you are?
For example, if I say
Mhm.
ask him, is ask him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I another you. I'm giving
Okay.
you another
You giving me an
order.
order, right? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Ask Albert many
Yes.
how many songs he has, right?
Yes.
That's what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So ask basically when it's a question, right? Because you know that ask can also be used in a different way. So yeah, I mean, yes, you can use ask in this case with that example that you gave there. Yeah, it makes sense when you say ask him, but don't forget that uh, that when we are using these verbs to give an order, we need to have two things. You need to have the subject, and you also need to have the what. What was the other name? We have the subject, and we also have the what was
Now,
the other thing? I don't know if you guys remember. I told you, for you to have a complete sentence, you need to have two things. You need to have the subject, and you also need to have the what, Francie fell?
the noun.
The noun. Okay, so you know what we are going to do now? We are going to create one sentence with what you said, and we'll see if it works. Okay, give me a second here. All right, give me a second here, guys. Okay, here we are. Oh. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, let me see. Oh, I see. I'm having issues with my computer today. Give me a second here. All right, anyways, I'm going to do it through this way. Okay, you guys can see this, right? Now, Francifel, let's write the sentence that you said. So how would you make that sentence? What would you say? Francifel?
Yes, I'm here.
No, I'm just trying to make up the sentence that you said. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. Francifel asked him, oops, sorry, asked him uh, to what? What did you say? Or because look, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a complete sentence with what you said. Because remember, you as a subject, like you as a person, you can use any verb to give an order. But you, because you can tell me, Alberto, ask Jordan, Alberto, do this, Alberto, eat that, you know? But if you do it like that, that will be an order, but we need to write a complete sentence with the verb so we can see if we are giving an order or if we are doing a request. Because you said, ask him. So what I'm going to do is, Francifel told, you see, you are not asking, you are telling a person to do something. So Francifel told him to ask about How many daughters? Alberto has, or Alberto had. You see? Now, if you check, you gave an order, but you didn't use ask. You had to use tell because that's what you did. You told a person to do something. So you told him to ask about how many daughters Alberto had. Hopefully, I'm not getting you confused.
No, it's okay.
All right.
I think I got your point, also, teacher. But I think also when you say ask, is when you are giving like a verbal order. So like in the office, you ask,
Mhm.
"Oh, did you call?" Like ask him, like kind
Right.
of quickly.
Uh-huh.
Like you are not giving like a right, testing
Mhm.
something. It's like
Yeah.
verbal.
Right. It's kind of difficult to explain, you know, but what Andy is trying to say is if you tell a person, for example, if you say, Cesar, ask Alberto, you're not using ask. What you're doing is you are telling the person. So if I'm going to create a sentence, explaining what you did, what I'm going to write is Andy told Caesar this and this. You see? Because if you say something like, Alberto, can you tell me where your shoes are? If you're gonna change that to a sentence, then you will say that Andy asked Alberto. You see, because that was a question, that was a request, that was a requirement that you did. I know you guys understand. This is very difficult to explain, but you know, here is not what you do. It's not what you say, right? It's what the other person is going to write about your actions. That's the point. All right. So, okay. Now let's continue with the little chart. Here we are. And let's go for request. We said right now that ask goes on request. So ask is request. And what other do you have for request besides ask? What do you think? Caesar?
So I have make also.
Make? Okay.
I have permit teacher as well.
Permit? Permit is,
Permit teacher I have as well.
okay,
Also,
okay.
teacher, I also use invite.
Invite. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Because when
like
you
when
do
you
an
say
invitation,
like
you are requesting a person to go to some place,
yes, yes.
decide if he or she wants to go. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a request, it doesn't have to be a direct question, right? A request is when you ask something or when you ask for something. That's how we can interpret that. And we have permission. In permission, what do you guys found on permission?
Let I have on permission. I have also that kind of like would like.
Yes, okay,
I
yes,
have those two.
okay. Yeah, would like is fine. See,
I have would like as Andy has as well.
okay, okay. And what do you have, Francis Fail also? I guess Francis Fail.
He fail.
Francifel, wake up, Francifel. Where are you?
She might have problems with the audio. All right. Well, we'll.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Allow.
Allow, yes, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have permit, would like, allow, even invite to, It depends on how you use it. I told you that there are some verbs that you can use it in one or more categories, you know, depending on the structure of the sentence.
And I think also the situation, like what you are asking or giving permission or order or requesting somebody.
Yes, that's true. That's true. For example, if you tell your mother, I would like to go to the beach, Mom, you're asking for permission, right? But at the same
Right.
time, it's her request because she has to say yes or no. You see?
That's correct. And that kind of also depends the way that you tell that you want to go to the beach. This kind of persuasion also, like
That's true.
how
That's
you
true.
explain it.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to wash the dishes today because I would like to go to the beach.
I agree with Andy. It is like a persuasion because you ask to your mother, hey mother, today I would like to go to the beach, but you are thinking in your mind, you say, oh my goodness, I would like her to say yes, not that. You get me right, teacher?
Yeah, that's the point. So you see, that's how we can use the different words in different categories depending on what you say. All right, let me get some people on mute. I don't know who's talking there. We mute everybody. Okay, so we'll continue then. So that was the little square that you have to complete. That was your personal study, so you can know when you are asking for a request, or when you are asking for permission, or you are persuading a person. So now I know we didn't do this. This is very easy. This little exercise is very easy because here, look, you only need to start. It says, you're too strict with the kids and you make, you see, them. You know why? Because you're talking about the kids and the kids are them, you know? You make them study too much. You ought to let who? Let who? Let them enjoy their childhood. We're talking about the kids, right? And then we continue, he says, and you're too easy with them. You never tell, you see? You never tell what? What do you guys say? You never tell what? What's next?
You never tell them
Yes.
what to do.
You never tell them
What to do.
Are you sure what to do? Look at that.
What?
Here we are.
Okay. You never tell them to
do anything, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. That's right. Then you allow, let's see, to raise your hands, guys, because there are many people in here. Joe Casey, what do you say?
You allowed to watch.
You allow who?
You allow them.
You allow them.
Yeah, so you allow them to watch or watch? Which one? To watch or watch?
To watch.
To watch. Okay, very good. That's right. So you allow them to watch too much TV, and you should encourage them to read more. You see, this is only for you guys to, you know, if you didn't do it, make sure you do it for you to practice. Now, what I want you to notice is the following. There are some verbs that when you use them, you don't need to use the particle to, the infinitive, right? For example, look at this. He says, let's go back to the first one. Look, he says, you're too strict the kids, Anna, to make them study. Whenever we use make, I have to put everybody on mute. Oh, you guys forget. Okay, whenever you use make, look, make, if you are going to use the infinitive after that, you need to forget about the particle to. If you say, make me go, right? Make me do it, make me study, make them go, make them study. You don't use to when you use make. All right, now, but check this. It says, you owe to let them. Do you say let them to enjoy or let them enjoy?
Let them enjoy.
Right, so you see after let, you don't use the particle to either, right? And yes, Jokesi, what do you say?
I have a question, teacher. For example, you are trying to say us that when we use the complementary pronouns them or other and is a verb in the infinitive way, we have to delete the particular to, and into Spanish is going to continue with the infinitive way.
Okay, let me see. Now, what I'm trying to say is that there are some verbs that when you use them before the complementary, right? When you use them before the complementary, you don't need to add the particle to after the complementary. And those verbs are, we have make, we have let, and have, right? Let me show you that here. Hold on. I don't want to get you guys confused. What I'm trying to tell you, what the hell is going on here? Okay, hold on. Where is the eraser? Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is the following. Whenever you find the verbs have, make, or let, you see, you don't use the particle to with those three. Like you cannot say I will have, for example, I will have you to do it. You see, you feel something is not right because to, you don't need to use it. So I will have you do it. For
Those sound like kind of strange, like to do it.
yeah, it sounds weird. So, and make also, like Alberto made Juana to go home, for example. You see? Like, when you say Alberto made Juana to go home, to sounds weird because it doesn't go there. You just say Alberto made Juana go home, right? Like whenever you use make, whenever you use have, and whenever you use let, you don't have to use the particle to after the noun or after the complementary pronoun that Jokesi mentioned. And let either. You guys say, let me go, right? You don't say, let me to go, right? It sounds weird. Because when you use let, you don't use to either. So that's what I'm trying to let you know on the exercise that you have. So I just wanted you to identify in which cases you use to, the infinitive, and in which cases you don't use it. That's in case you see it there, right? Now, okay, hold on. No, I don't like this. I don't like this whiteboard because of that. Okay, I'm going to use the other whiteboard and I'm going to explain you something to you about have, make, and let. Let me let me share my whiteboard. And don't pay attention to the past perfect because we're gonna see that later. Okay, now, there are some verbs that we use when we want another person to do something for us. Like if you want a person to do an activity for you or in your place, right? We have some verbs. We have the same ones that I show you. We have make. I don't want to use make. That one is not so good. I'm going to use, okay, well, let's leave that one. Make, have, get, and let. I added a new one. Now, whenever you use these ones, whenever you use those ones, you don't have to use the particle to. But let me explain what is the difference when you say, I will make you do it, and I will have you do it, right? So make, what is make? Make is a verb that we use when we force a person to do something in our place. You can force physically or mentally, right? Example, if you are in your house and one of your sons or one of your daughters are using the remote, the control for the television, and you tell your son or your daughter, give me the remote or give me the control, and she doesn't want or he doesn't want, you know what you do? You go to him or you go to her and you grab the remote. So you know what you did? You made your son or your daughter give you the remote because you forced. You took it from the person's hands, and maybe the person didn't want to give you that you take, right? Example, if there is a girl or a boy that you like, I know you guys are married, all of you, but I know that you went through this experience already. Sometimes you have a girl or a boy that you like and you want to kiss, right? And the person doesn't want to give you the kiss. You know what you do sometimes? And this happens with boys because girls are like that. She says that she doesn't want to give you the kiss, and you know what you do? You take the initiative. Then you go and give the kiss to the person, and you made the girl kiss you, right? Give you the kiss. So that's when you force physically. Now, what about, okay, let me write it here. So when you force, it could be mentally or it could be physically, right? Mentally or physically. And remember, we use these verbs when we want a person to do something. Oh, sorry about something for us. When I say for us, it could be in our place. I mean, instead of us doing it, another person does it. So, okay. Now imagine this. We explained how you can make a person do something when you are forcing physically. The people who steal in the street, the thieves, they use the verb make. So they make you give them something, whether they show you a knife or they show you a gun, you know? So that is physically. Now, how can you force a person mentally to do something for you? Let me tell you. I remember that when I lived with my mother, we were 3 brothers and sisters, and we took turns to wash the dishes. And one day it was me, for example, Monday my turn, Tuesday my sisters, and Wednesday my brothers. And you know what happened? my sister had a boyfriend. My mother used to work since the morning until the afternoon. And my sister had a boyfriend. And my mother told my sister and her boyfriend not to go to our house when she was not at home. So her boyfriend was not allowed to go there. And guess what? He used to go. He used to go when my mother was not there.
You are partners?
And I don't know if I told you this. This is real. This is for real. This is for real. I don't know if I told you this already because, you know, when we are teachers, we lose our minds sometimes. So it was my sister's day. It was my day. It was Monday for me to wash the dishes. It was my turn. And you know what I told my sister? I told my sister, it's your turn to wash the dishes today. You know what she said? No, I did it yesterday. Today is your turn. And you know what I told her? Oh, okay. I'm going to tell mom who was here. So you see, you know what she said? You know what she said? Okay, it's my turn. So I made my sister wash the dishes. You know why? Because I knew something from her. I knew a secret. And she knew that she was gonna go into trouble if I said it. So you know what? I forced her mentally. Like, it's when you know secrets from a person, you force people to do things that you want when you know secrets. So that's right. There are many people who don't like everybody to know their secrets because they can be made. And when I say that they can be made, is that they can be forced to do something. So that's how you use make. So guys, be careful when you use make. I know all of us use make, but when you use make, you know what that means? It means that the person will have to do it. Obligatory. It's obligatory.
Like mandatory, something like you are giving some person,
Yeah.
like you don't have an option, you have to do it.
They're obligated to do it because you know something, and if they don't do it, something bad is going to happen, you know? All right, so just let your good friends to know your secrets. Don't let everybody to know it because then you fall into problem. Then we have the verb have. So when do you use have? Well, you use have when you pay or convince. When you pay or convince. Like, for example, I don't know if you have heard these people that they say, I painted my house, but they don't know how to paint. They paid a person to paint the house, right? So that's when you use have. So I had Alberto paint my house. I had Jordan do my homework. You see, when you say I have or I had is when whether you pay or you convinced a person to do something for you, right? That's why you hear a lot of people say, I had my hair done, right? It's not that they did it. It's just that they paid a person or they convinced the barber or the beauty parlor to do the hair for them. So that's when we use have. Now, when do you use get? Well, you use get when you convince, completely convince. No pay, no force, only convince, right? And when we say convince, we are not talking about that you are forcing the person, like you know a secret. No, you can say the person, oh, you know what? If you help me this time, next time when I get to this position, I'm going to help you and your family. You see, you are not forcing the person. You just incentivizing the person that if the person does that favor to you, then you will have a compromise or a commitment, I might say, with that person. That's how you do, how you use get. So when you say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get my brother help you with that problem, that means that I'm going to convince my brother. Or if I say, I'm going to make my brother help you with that, that means that I'm gonna do it like in a good way or in a bad way. And finally, we have let, and let is just for permission. For permission or for request. You guys know that already, for permission or request, right? That's when you're asking for something like, oh, you know what? Let me use your car on Sunday because I have to go to a party. You see, you asking for permission or you are requesting the person, you asking. And that's it. That's how we use the three verbs. Now, remember, whenever you use them, you don't have to use the particle to. Okay? So you don't use the particle to. You can say, look, you can say, I will make you do it, right? Or you can say, I will have you, do it, right? Or you can say, I will get you do it. I'm not gonna put let because let is for request and permission. So as you can see, you have the sentence, you have the same sentence. The only difference is the intention. Depending on what you use, then you're going to transmit an intention. If you use it with make, that's bad. That's not good. You're forcing. If you use have, that's okay because you can convince or you can pay. And you use get also when you convince. So this is just to let you know. Let me know if you have a question now before we continue.
Teacher, you said a word in get. After you say to convince, you said a word. What was that word?
When you convince, when you persuade.
Okay, got it.
Persuade.
Okay, I got it.
That's one of the verbs that you have. That's one of the verbs that you have in the little chart that we saw. Persuade. Like persuadir. That's like in Spanish almost. Persuadir. Persuade. All right, now that was said for this. Okay, that was only like, I wanted to clarify that because many people don't know how to use these verbs. Now, we're going to focus on the grammar from lesson number 4. And because this is the most important, the rest, I know that you guys can manage that. And today we will talk about past perfect. I'm not going to talk about the homework that you had, the roles. I know that everybody knows that a role is a paper that you have in your life. And depending on the place that you are, you have a different paper, you have different roles. For example, right now, I am a teacher. But when I am with my daughter, I am a father. When I am with my wife, I am a husband. When I am with my mother, I am a son, right? What about if we are out of the university? We are friends, you see? So depending on where you are, you have different roles. And a role is a paper, a function that you have in your daily living. Now, we saw the different roles. We saw the enacted, we saw the prescribed, we saw the, I forgot the others, but I know if I see the text, they're there. So that's, I know you guys understood that, right? So here we're going to focus on past perfect. Now, you guys need to know that there is a timeline, a timeline. The timeline starts in the past and finishes in the future, right? Imagine, let me see if I can put a line. Okay, look at this line, right? This is a timeline, for example. And here, whatever you have what you have in the center, okay, let me see if I can divide this. Okay, you see this? I'm going to put a 0 in here, a 0. If this is the timeline, what does the 0 represent? What do you think? If we're talking about time, what is the 0 that is in the middle?
For me, it's kind of like giving you the order that's finished, and also that you can start another kind of activity.
Right, right. But remember, we're talking
It-
about time. Time, what are the times? What are the names of the time? The tenses, what are the names? Caesar, what do you have?
Present, past,
Okay. And
future.
the future. Okay, okay, right. Okay, look, guys, whatever you have in the middle, is what we call the present. You see? Let me see if I can move this. Hold on. You see? Okay, there we got the 0. The 0 is the present in the timeline. So here we have the 0, and we have whatever is minus, negative. What would that be then?
The past,
The
teacher.
past. Okay, good. It's the past, right? And hold on. What about whatever is positive? Whatever is on the right? What is that?
Future. That's the future.
The future, right?
Future.
The future. You see, this is the timeline. So we have present in the middle, which is 0. We have past on the left, and we have future on the right. People believe that this is the only time that we have. No. Between the past and the present, we have other times. Between the present and the future, we have other times, right? Now, let's think about this. What is the closest past to the present? This is a difficult question. Which is the closest past to the present? Caesar, what do you say?
No, teacher, I don't know that. I just wanted you to repeat it because I didn't listen it very well.
Okay. Which is the closest past to the present?
It's the past simple, teacher.
Oh, yes, sorry, yes. The simple past. The simple past. Yes, that's true. We're gonna work only with two different paths, okay? Okay, the simple, we're gonna put it as number -1. Number -1, sorry. So the -1, okay, you know, guys, I will have to put it down here because it's gonna become a mess. Leave it there. Okay, now let's talk about the past, right? So we have simple past, right? Simple past is the closest to the present. We're gonna put, I'm going to forget about the future because we are gonna work with the past. So present, number 1, which is the 0, I might say, that's the 0, okay? Right, so -1, I don't know if you guys know mathematics, but sorry. So -1 is simple past. Okay, what will be -2 then? -2, what will be then? There is another past further than the simple. What is it? The past further than the simple past. Easier?
I think it's present perfect, teacher.
Are you sure?
I'm not. I'm just trying to.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. There is something before past perfect, and you guys know it. How many type of past do you have in a verb? We have simple past and we also have what past? I guess this is frozen here. I know I might be frozen.